Chris and Victoria, I met up with one traveler who's starting his trip here in Champaign, and he's going to end up all the way in Spain, so he has quite the long trip ahead of him. Now, although he says this news about air traffic controllers is somewhat troubling, he says he has faith in the system as a whole, and that's not going to stop him from walking through this security checkpoint and stepping on his plane. The trip to visit his daughter.
My family and I are traveling from Champaign to Granada, Spain to visit our daughter who's studying over there.
Total flying time, about 10 hours, which means for about the next half day, Mike Walsh will be depending on flight crews, both crews in the air and those on the ground. And even with recent reports of air traffic controllers falling asleep on the job, Walsh says it's not stopping him from visiting his daughter.
My experience is that most of the people involved in the airline travel, transportation, they're professional and they do a good job.
Their duty is important to them, and they'll always be ready when they need to be ready.
Additional controllers have been placed at 27 smaller airports throughout the U.S. FAA spokesperson Tony Molinaro says Willard is not one of those, as the airport doesn't operate overnight. However, he says controllers in Savoy have a few other tasks, as they don't just monitor commercial flights.
In Central Illinois, there's a lot of flight schools, in addition to jets like American Eagle jets. So they're working with flight schools and student pilots all the time and just making sure that everything's safe out there, no matter if you're in a small plane or one of the large jets.
And we trust that most of them are going to be alert and do the right thing.
Now, FAA officials say passenger safety is really their top priority, so they'll do whatever it takes to make sure that safety is maintained. Reporting in Savoy, I'm Zach Nugent. Back to you in the studio.